Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who do not know, I am Allie, and today's video is going to be kind of chatty and kind of a life update. So I'm going to start off by saying, so if you watched my other video, you know I was misdiagnosed with a mental illness that I do not have. One thing that I do definitely have is anxiety. That's something that is 100% accurate. Self-harm, depression, I was misdiagnosed, and I was actually misdiagnosed to the point where they diagnosed me with clinical depression when I was actually having postpartum depression. And it was severely misdiagnosed for 2 years of my life. The self-harm issues were back in high school. I wasn't self-harm, but I was really sad and really depressed and really didn't know what was wrong the last 2 months, so the last 2 years. So it was a combination of postpartum depression and grief that has been clarified. But the anxiety is very much real. They thought it was postpartum anxiety, but it's not postpartum anxiety. I have been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. I do not need any meds though, thankfully, just because of the way of my particular anxiety works. Thankfully, I do not need meds. Part of that is from downsizing and everything. So one of the big things that I've been working in therapy and talking about is boundaries. And one of the big things that helps with my boundaries has been decluttering and getting rid of things that I do not need, which is why my closet is the way that it is, which is why my room's slowly getting the way that it is, and why my shoes are getting the way that it is. So, one second. And so that has been something that's really been helpful. But the thing with boundaries that I'm finding is that when you set up boundaries, people's true colors show. So that's kind of where we are right now with me setting boundaries in my life and with the people that I love and the people in my life. And not many people are on board with the boundaries set in place. I've realized that I'm going to try not to name like too many names, and I want to show you guys something really, really cool too that I love. I will show you guys something that I got that I'm really excited about in a minute too. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it right now. Because it's part of this anxiety talk and everything. So, like I was saying, this is gonna kind of be rambly, so if it's not something you're interested in, just go. So, one of the big things that like I said, is setting up boundaries. And it hasn't gone over well as much as I thought. It's gone over well with my best friend, which has been amazing because I didn't know for 100% sure if like she was going to be like super on board with boundaries, but she was. I'm going to try not to trash talk in this next part. So a big part of my family is not okay with the boundaries I've set in place. The reason being is that, sorry, hiccups, is that I am no longer dropping everything that I'm doing for other people in my life. I am no longer being walked all over, no longer, just like the dynamic has changed. So I am setting big boundaries with them because that is where I've realized that I don't have boundaries. I don't want to say conditioned or trained because that's the wrong word, but I've never had to do boundaries with my family. I have always been like taught and told that you don't say no to family, and that you just don't say no to family, and you drop everything no matter what it is for family, because that's just what you do, because that's family. Regardless if you agree, disagree with what they're doing, etc., that is what you do. And for a very long time, I struggled with that, especially with certain family members. I just couldn't understand why I was dropping what I was doing for them, but like some people couldn't do the same, or that like I would drop something and help somebody that's with something that I didn't approve of. Like, to me, it just didn't make sense why I needed to drop what I was doing. But I didn't know how to say no or set that boundary. Like I didn't. And with my anxiety journey and like learning that I was misdiagnosed with mental illnesses that I did not have, which if I don't know if I've talked about, but I was misdiagnosed with depression. I was also misdiagnosed with bipolar and multiple personality disorder. ironically, I was misdiagnosed with 3, which apparently misdiagnosed in the mental health world exists. I did not know that. I had been pretty much labeled crazy by my family, by friends, by people who don't know me. I've been labeled crazy. And for a very long time, when you're labeled crazy, and I don't want to blame the psychiatrist because it's not their fault, when you're labeled crazy, you start to feel crazy. But the biggest thing that I've learned in my therapy in the last like 2 years is a lot of what I was dealing with was not knowing how to say no or set boundaries, and not knowing how to protect myself from people that I needed to be protected from. And a lot of it was me seeking approval from people who are never going to be on board with what I want to do with my life, and I needed to figure out how to be okay with that. And again, it took like 2 years of this chunk of time, 3 years of me being in like therapy and talking to people and really understanding what was going on, that I realized what was going on and then I being misdiagnosed. I was taken off of everything that I was given in one foul swoop. Like, not one foul swoop, I was weaned off of my meds, which is great. I feel better without all of my meds in my system. It's really, really helped. Because I couldn't figure out why I would act so erratic and so irrational, like, a lot of the time. Even though I was on meds, like, it didn't make sense to me, and we tried so many different ones, and then come to find out I was misdiagnosed. So yeah, so that's something that I have come to find in the last 31 days. The last 31 days have been probably the most hardest in my life. I have realized that I can't trust a lot of people that were in my circle, whether they were friends or family. I've realized that certain people cannot be trusted, and that will not be trusted and will no longer be included in my life. I'm looking for somewhere for me and my son to move because I'm ready for us to be on our own and to be without, you know, everybody around and just the 2 of us. And I'm really, really ready for that, and I'm itching for that. So it's something that is really big coming into my life, which is why I didn't know by July, which I didn't film the last video because honestly, I've just been so emotional these last couple of days because, again, when you set boundaries, people get upset. And because I'm setting boundaries and I'm constantly setting boundaries and I'm constantly changing my boundaries and I'm constantly like being like, no, it's upset a lot more people than I originally thought it would. So that being said, also because of my family and the way they've been, I've recently lost a lot of people in my life that I never expected to lose. I'm not going to go into detail out of respect for them, but I just want to say because somebody that I'm really close to is going to send this link for me because I don't have the courage to send this to them myself. I'm sorry for any pain and hurt I've caused, and I really hope you can give me a second chance and get to know me without the craziness of everything around me. So I just kind of wanted to do that kind of update, and I want to show you guys something really, really cool. Hang on. That I bought myself. My bookshelf's right over there. Guys, I'm super excited about this. I am a Disney freak, for those of you who do not know, and I bought this, and I'm super excited to try recipes in here. That is like something that I'm really trying to do in the month of August. It's the unofficial Disney Parks cookbook. So in here it has magical recipes. Okay, so it has Disney Parks Cooking 101, the delicious Disney experience. So I'll read you some of the recipes that are in here. Churros, raspberry rose Mickey macaroons, cookies and cream Mickey Mouse cupcakes, Beagle beef skewers, jungle jaloops, tiger tail breadsticks, hummus trio, pork belly skewers, safari skewers, big knits fritters, clam chowder, mint chapulus, funnel cake. It's got so many things in here. So I'm going to actually tell you guys the one thing that I'm going to do fairly soon. So that way you guys can, like be on me and I can like share with you guys my plans. I'm not sick. So I want to do Disney and a movie night with my kid. So what I think I am going to do is something that is going to be, you know what I'm going to do? Or I might do this with my best friend. I'll see if she's down for this. I'll see in a minute if she's down for this. But I'm going to do, let me see if I can find it. I am going to do I am going to do Peter Pan floats just because this looks easiest out of floats. That's one of the ones I want to do. And then another one that I'm going to do that's fairly like soon. Let me see if I can find it. Go this way for a second. Go this way for a second. Go this way for a second. That's one of the ones in Magic Kingdom. They're all separated by the park, so that's why I am. So I am going to do. I want to do. Where is it? I just saw it. La 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 la. Saw it. Okay, I saw it. But yeah, like my plan is to do like a major Disney in a movie thing. Like I said, one of my big plans is to do a couple Disney and food themed nights. A big part of that is me leaving here. I need to do that to do a lot of this, but so I can have like people, and by people I mean my best friend and people in my life that want to join in the fun. I'm hoping to that see this clip will be like, I want to, and we can do it. But we'll see. Where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There you go. Okay, maybe it wasn't in this one. Maybe it was this way. And I want to do, okay, you know what? We're just going to be honest here. I want to do the candy apples too. So I'm super, super excited about this cookbook, guys. I'm absolutely super excited. I love all things Disney. So that is just like the life update I wanted to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please get a big thumbs up if you do. If you're not subscribed, please go and subscribe. Really make a good day, and I will see you all next time.